Okay, hello everyone, this is Nick from Electric Wheels Australia, aka Perth Electric Scooter Repairs, and I've got here a Predator. And the problem what this video is about is ensuring that you cable up the motor cables correctly after you've replaced the tyre or the brake rotor or any part thereof. So what we've got here is the Predator with the cabling. This is the rear and the front's identical to this, with cabling that goes through the axle and up out of the axle and then runs along the bottom of the fork. Now as you see here, it comes up and out but along the bottom of the fork here, so it meets up there, and then it is in its clamp here and here to run along the bottom. Now what I'm about to show you is the effects of not running this cable along here but running it underneath here and then back up to here, because what happens is this cable rubs up against these bolts of the brake rotor, and the damage is effectively, in theory, where you'll have to replace the motor, but I do actually work on them to fix them, and I'll show you what I mean. So here we have another Predator where the customer had changed out the tyre, and in doing so, when he went to put the cable run along the scooter, along underneath the fork, he put it on the inside as indicated on the other Predator, and in doing so the brake rotor bolts heads had rubbed up against the cables here and then damaged two of the hall sensor wires, the black and the yellow. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually repairing these two wires. The only problem is that I've had to snip them for me to then start re-sleeving them, which I wanted to do. I didn't want to just fill it up with Celastic or anything like that to cover them over. I want to make sure that they were very much insulated from each other, but for me to do that now I have to add a piece of copper wire, okay, like so. It's been tinned, and what I'll do is that I'll have these placed next to each other, if I can grab it, and they'll be placed next to each other, and then I'll put a bridging piece across. I won't make it any longer or any shorter, so that the cable here, when I cover it up, and I will be using the plumber's self-sealing tape for that purpose, and I may put a little bit of black Celastic in there, and then I'll seal it up to give it a perfect waterproof coating and covering, along with the heat shrink going over the individual wires. These other cables have not been damaged, luckily, but just these two here, the yellow and the black. So what I'll be doing is I'll be putting a piece of copper wire across to bridge them across, so that way they remain the same length and they will hopefully sit flush with the other cables. Okay, so that's that. So just be aware, whenever you're placing the tyres on the Predator, run the cable underneath the fork and not along the inside, and make sure that the cable is clear of the brake rotor. That's it for now. If you've got any questions regarding the Dragon Predator, let me know and I'll try and answer it, and have a good day.